Good morning. I hope you guys been living in the dream, been living in harmony and peace. So, my name's Eric Knowles, the founder of Naturally Unified, and I'm here making a project to talk about nuclear power, specifically the San Onofre nuclear power plant. Now, the reason why I'm making this advocacy video, as you know, Naturally Unified is a foundation that gives jobs to homeless, military veterans, and people who are unfortunate, living under the poverty line. And we are going to be giving jobs that's going to be helping the environment in terms of restoring land that has been burned down by fires, by replanting native vegetation. We're going to be rehabilitating animals legally and other stuff that's going to benefit the natural world. Now, let me explain the San Onofre power plant. So, nuclear power is a very, very efficient way that we get our power, that you get your phone charged and other means like that. Now, nuclear power is used for 20% of US power. Now, in terms of the world, I don't know, but it's used quite often. Like China is a powerhouse for nuclear power, Russia is a power plant, power, and then you got, let me see, you got, then you also got South Korea up there, Canada, Ukraine, Sweden, and of course United States. Now, the reason why I'm making an advocacy video of San Onofre specifically is because when we're using nuclear power, there's no carbon dioxide release. It's actually environmental friendly. However, like for example, here at San Onofre power plant, there's 3.6 million gallons of nuclear waste just being stored here. Now that's a disaster. For example, here at San Onofre power plant that is owned by this Southern California Edison, they think it's a good idea to actually store all that billions of nuclear waste here. 100 feet away from the ocean, the coastline, which the coastline is actually like 100 feet walking distance from me, is on the other side of this mountain that you cannot see right here. Now, you see San Onofre? The coastline is right there. That is a big, big problem because nuclear waste corrodes after some time, and because of the salt from the salinity of the sea, it corrodes what holds the nuclear waste within it. Now think about this. We have gotten our power, but the nuclear waste is just sitting here becoming more degraded, becoming more corrosive, becoming more radioactive. Now, a problem that is at this power plant, even though it's decommissioned, even though it's not in use anymore, even though the 3 power plants that are actually here are not being used anymore, the biggest threat is the nuclear waste. Southern California, till this date, does not know what they're going to do with that nuclear waste that's just sitting there. Now, as time increases, as time progresses, that leads us with more of a problem because the nuclear waste could potentially leak through and eat through, well, the salinity from the sea could eat through the iron or whatever's holding the nuclear waste, the cement, would it be? And once the nuclear waste starts percolating into our atmosphere, into our water, you're gonna start seeing a lot of disasters, like a lot of what happened after the Fukushima, after the power plant spillage at Japan. Do research into that and you will see that will happen over here. But that would be worse for California, us being a big producer of crops around the world. Also, that's a ticking time bomb right there. That could blow up within any minute because the way Edison has the nuclear waste stored in there. And the reason why I'm taking this to heart is because even though I live right next to the city of LA, because of the blast radius of that, the fallout will still reach the county of LA, Pasadena, Altadena, Hollywood to be exact. So people that live in Southern California better take this to heart because that is a problem. Even though it supplies us with a little bit of energy, what are we going to do with all that nuclear waste, the billions of nuclear waste? Now, solutions. As solutions, we should cut back on power. We should demand clean energy sources. For example, other types of nuclear reactors, fission and fusion energy. We will still be using nuclear waste, but the amount of nuclear waste it won't even produce probably 1,000 tons within 100 years if we start using fission and fusion. We should start using more solar panels, and then based on my own observation, why don't we use Tesla's technology that uses the magnets or the electrosphere, the magnetical electrosphere of the earth to produce infinite energy? How come we don't do that? We live in the money world. Now anyways, educate yourself about better living, alternative ways to live, eco-friendly ways to live. If you can afford it, buy an electrical car. Even though you plug it in, it runs off the nuclear energy stuff anyways. And then just be more wise with living eco-friendly before we destroy ourselves, which I do believe is imminent. Even though it could still be stopped, I do believe that. Now, this video is done for today. I hope you guys learned from something. I was just rambling on, but my main purpose was to talk about nuclear power and the waste and how it could be a disaster to us. Like always, follow me on my YouTube channel, NU Corp. I will be uploading this video within, well, when you see it, it's going to be uploaded. And then follow me on Instagram at NU Corp. I believe it's all together, and it's uppercase and uppercase U, uppercase C-O-R-P, and you'll find me. Also visit my website at, and I'll leave it in the bio, https://naturesfinest37.wixsite.com/naturally-unified. You can see good works that the nonprofit does, that my team does, and you will see what Naturally Unified will do within this next 10 years and for the world to come. Again, live in peace, live in righteoushood, brotherhood, sisterhood, recycle. That should be fun. So a great example of a nuclear disaster could be from the Ukraine in April 26th of 1986, the Chernobyl incident. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but we're still recovering from that incident, some 20 odd years later. And during that time, during the year of 1986, when the fallout actually happened in the Ukraine, a total blast radius or blast area was 29,400 meters squared. Now, if you convert that into miles, that is some distance that radiation affected that area. Now, till this day, there's still chronic diseases, thyroid problems, thyroid cancer that has been sparking up within the area of the Belarus area, the Russian Federation, and the Ukraine area. Now, when the fallout actually happened in 1986, approximately 5 million people during that time got affected. Now, around 36 passed away because of chronic acute radiation poisoning, but there has been reports since then that there's been a lot of like thyroid cancerous problems, thyroid issues and everything. And after that fallout, 10 days in Chernobyl, it was completely like radioactive that no one could enter into it. Not until 2013, I believe, that they started making it a tourist area that people could go and visit. But in 2003, they still allowed residents of the Chernobyl area and the Ukraine area to go back to the place, but in order for their bodies to get used to the radiation levels in the area, they had to get injected by small doses of radiation, but that forced the body to cope with the radiation. However, a lot of them got sick and got really bad disease and everything because of the dosage of radiation. Now, I do believe there's hope in clean up radiation. There's certain plants that have been tested, such as Fukushima. You could read upon that plant. But other good plants that are good at phytoremediation, what phytoremediation is pretty much using plants and other types of natural foliage to clean up the air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. It's very eco-friendly and it's very natural. Phytoremediation has been proven to be the most cost-efficient and most efficient way to clean up radiation and other disasters like sulfur spills and stuff like that. Now, these plants are Indian mustard, the willow tree, the sunflower tree, and Indian grass. Now, live in peace, harmony, and work with diligence.